Okay, so let's get some perspective right now. Joining me is Judge Ashley Willcott. Judge, thanks for joining me on such an incredible day. We're now entering into the defense's case. Is this a good move for them to put the father on, to talk about what she was like, and to get this understanding of who she is as a person, or is it a dangerous road that they're maybe going down?
Well, I almost think, Jesse, that they have to do it. It makes sense to me that they want to present this character evidence. But think about this. He's also just testified to me some things that would concern me if I were on the jury and a parent, that the police told him she's not in trouble, just want to talk to her about something she witnessed. All of this information coming directly from him as a parent, I think, may impact the jury about the police confession in the first place.
Oh, yeah. They're trying to say that that confession was coerced, that she never meant to give this, that she just said what the police wanted to hear. And look, the defense might be feeling pretty good today, considering they had one of the charges dismissed yesterday. Judge, why do you think that happened, the tampering with evidence charge? Why was that thrown out?
Well, keep in mind, you've got the tampering with evidence, and one of the other charges that still remains, and I'm looking at my notes to make sure I have it right, is abuse of the corpse. And I think those two are very different crimes, and I believe that the judge found there'd been no evidence at all introduced that she tampered with evidence, that there was a crime and evidence was there that she then did something to. Rather, the allegation is she may have abused the corpse. So it's atypical, quite frankly, that they get dismissed.
Yeah, especially since it was, even the detective said in the interview, it's great that it's so much better for you that you buried the body as opposed to throwing the body in a trash can or a dumpster, because then it would seem that you're trying to hide up a crime. Here, you're just trying to, you made a makeshift grave for this baby, and it's a different kind of situation where you would have somebody else who's trying to get rid of evidence because they thought they committed a crime. It's a very different situation here, and I can understand how the judge made that point. It's a point for the defense right there. Judge, I want to tell you what the judge said earlier. The judge in this case said to the jury, you can't consider this testimony for sympathetic reasons. You can't have sympathy for the defendant, but it's just a way to determine character evidence. Having said that, they're human beings. How much sympathy did this garner?
It's clear from watching.
Well, I don't know if it garnered sympathy. I didn't feel like it did. Rather, I think it talks as to the girl's character and the environment that she lives in. The other thing I have to point out is, think about this. It just made the point that the things that the investigators used as evidence, like the lighter fluid in the house, the lighter in the girl's bedroom. I have a daughter, Jesse, and I can tell you, we do light candles in our house. We do have lighters, including in my daughter's bedroom. Lighter fluid we do use in our house because we have a fire pit and we have a grill. So I think it adds also context for the jury to hear. Some of these things are in a lot of people's homes. Does it necessarily mean she used them or committed the crime? Maybe, maybe not. They have to decide.
Well, they're trying to raise reasonable doubt in every which way possible. And so far, just having the opportunity to cross-examine the state's witnesses, you have to say they've done a pretty good job. Now it's their turn to raise even more reasonable doubt by presenting their case. And the first person they call is the defendant's father. Judge, that was a bombshell. Not a surprising bombshell in the sense we had a feeling the defense was going to call a witness to support this idea that this was a stillbirth. But here you have a professional on the stand telling the jury this. This is a huge moment. What do you make of it?
Oh, a huge moment. And it was textbook. The defense did it just right. You always want an expert like that, after you give some of the qualifications, to give their opinion, because that's what the jury wants to hear. And then after he said his opinion, yes, this was a stillborn baby, then he starts talking about all the information that supports that opinion. And the jury gets, the jury wants to hear the exact conclusion. They have heard it now, and it's a huge win for the defense in terms of their evidence.
Right, because the defense at this point has been just suggesting that it was a stillbirth. They were through cross-examination, their opening statement, trying to suggest it was a possibility, that it maybe couldn't be ruled out. Now you have somebody on the stand confirming that theory, and that is a huge moment for the defense. But I tell you what I can't wait for. What is the state going to do when they have an opportunity to cross-examine the defense's expert? That is going to be something to watch. We're not quite there yet. He's right now going into how he formulated his opinion on the stillbirth. So right now is a great time to take a break. When we come back, we'll jump live. Stay tuned here on Law&Crime.